All of my long-term viewers and subscribers, stay tuned through the end of this video. Channel surpassed another milestone last night, over 65,000 subscribers. In keeping with channel tradition, I'll share a personal story at the end of the video. We also have another milestone, and it's not that we're back to our original backdrop here. I'm not completely finished with the shelves, but they're done enough to start recording in front of them again. But this week is week number 200 here on the channel. We have definitely come a long way in the last 200 weeks. So I just wanted to take a few minutes at the end of the video to look back at how far we've come and to thank you guys. But let's go ahead and get into this. One of the bigger concerns for a corporate media company is when one of your stars becomes bigger than the network. Now, this does not happen very often. Matter of fact, it's actually rare. It creates this unique position for the network, a position they're not used to being in, a position they don't ever want to be in for that matter. Networks, they are used to having all the leverage. They're used to having all the power. In the rare instance when a star becomes bigger than the network, the roles are completely reversed. There is a reason MSNBC allows Rachel Maddow to work one day every week. Her show on Monday nights, oftentimes the most watched show of the week on the network. MSNBC needs Rachel Maddow more than Rachel Maddow needs MSNBC. Howard Stern, he was another star that was more powerful than the network. When Howard Stern left terrestrial radio at the end of 2005, executives, they weren't all that worried. They figured, he's just a talk show. We can replace him with anyone and still draw respectable ratings. That never happened. Talents like Howard Stern are very rare. It's the same with elite quarterbacks in the NFL. When you got Tom Brady on your roster, you do everything in your power to keep him on your roster. Over the years, Fox News has been able to survive when there's a rift between the network and one of their stars. Bill O'Reilly gets fired, ratings dip for a little while, Fox News eventually recovers. They part ways with Greta Van Susteren, insert Laura Ingraham, problem solved. But the situation between Fox News and Tucker Carlson was completely different. Fox had an excuse to fire Bill O'Reilly. Long-term viewers of the show, they might not have liked it, but at least there was a level of understanding. When Fox fired Tucker Carlson, normal people took it personally. Tucker was viewed as the voice for the voiceless. There was no one else like him in cable news. For weeks after his firing, people were accusing Fox News of bending over and begging for the woke cucumber. They were accused of going woke. Now, whether or not the accusations were true doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the perception. And the perception is having a devastating impact on Fox News ratings. For decades, Fox has dominated the ratings on cable. They haven't been competing with MSNBC. Damn sure haven't been worried about CNN. CNN is struggling to compete with reruns of that bullshit Rob Dyrdek show on MTV. Fox News has been competing with ESPN, TNT. Their biggest competition has been live sports, NBA playoffs, Monday Night Football. Outside of the 4-year period when Donald Trump was president, Orange Man bad. Outside of that 4-year period, Fox News has dominated cable news for the last 3 decades. That dominance came to an end the first week of June. Now you got to remember, Tucker Carlson and Donnie Lemon, they were both fired on the same day. That was 2 months ago? Ratings at CNN, they have barely changed. Now, of course, there's a huge difference here since CNN can't sink any further. That Titanic is already collecting mold at the bottom of the woke sea. Matter of fact, CNN is probably saving money here. They are no longer paying millions of dollars for unlimited access to Don Spiked lemonade. You couple that with the millions that they're saving from not having to supply donuts to Brian Stelter, CNN's probably in better shape financially. But if things continue with this trajectory, it will not be long before Fox News joins CNN. 2 weeks after Tucker Carlson was fired, Fox lost 75% of their audience in his time slot in the key 25 to 54 demo. Now, I'm sure at the time, executives at Fox didn't feel the need to panic. I would imagine they shared a similar mindset with executives at Bud Light. There's nothing to see here. This is no big deal. Eventually, normal people will forget all about Tucker and fall in love with our new host, Franklin Fucker. That hasn't happened. Executives at Fox, They seem to be borrowing a strategy from The Daily Show on Comedy Central. Instead of finding, a permanent host, they're donating a week in prime time every week to people no one gives a shit about. No one cares about Brian Kilmeade. No one cares about Lawrence and Joey Jones, the fucking Jonas brothers. No one cares. I think they even tried Dana Perino for a week in Tucker's time slot. I mean, Dana Perino's easy on the eyes. She's fine on the 5, but Dana Perino is not moving the needle on primetime television. You know what all these people have in common? They play it safe. They are not willing to push the boundaries. They're not willing to give you the full truth. That's what Tucker Carlson was doing. Did it piss off sponsors, advertisers? Yeah. Did it piss off executives at Fox News? Of course. You want to know what else it did? It drew ratings. Most nights, Tucker Carlson, #1 show on cable. Right now, Fox does not have a primetime show in the top 15. The rotating panel of failures in Tucker's old time slot, they are having a devastating impact on the entire primetime lineup. Ratings for Sean Hannity down double digits. Ratings for Laura Ingraham, same. Primetime ratings for Fox News during the month of May down 37% compared to last year. Ratings in the key demo down 64%. But even with these massive declines, Fox was able to maintain their top spot as the #1 network in cable news. Top 3 shows on cable news all belonged to Fox in the month of May. 5 was #1, followed by Jesse the Waterboy, and the face of Maybelline, Sean Hannity, at #3. I can't remember if Maybelline was one of the makeup companies that hired Bob Dylan Mulvaney for an endorsement, but forget about Bobby D. Maybelline should hire Sean Hannity. That dude wears more makeup than Boy George. But anyway, the dominance of Fox News came to an end in early June. Just like sales of Bud Light, ratings for Fox News continue declining every week. For the first time in over 2 years, MSNBC, the #1 network in prime time on cable news. MSNBC averaged 1.4 million, Fox 1.3 million. Well, Casey, what about CNN? CNN. Ratings have gotten so bad at CNN, they are no longer considered competition in cable news. We have moved CNN over to the category of huge embarrassing failures. They are now competing with Bomani Jones in the WNBA. But I'm happy to report, CNN is actually dominating the competition in the category of failures. Last week, they averaged 728,000 viewers in prime time, or the combined audience for the entire season of Bomani Jones on HBO. Thursday, Lawrence O'Donnell beat Laura Ingraham by over 300,000 viewers. Casey, who in the hell is Lawrence O'Donnell? Is he the wife of Rosie O'Donnell? I mean, it's entirely possible that Rosie and Larry enjoy a bedside cucumber together. I definitely know what Lawrence O'Donnell was Thursday night, a top 3 host in cable news. Now, some doofus named Alex Wagner beat Sean Hannity by 200,000 viewers. Casey, isn't Alex Wagner a woman? Can anyone properly define a woman anymore? I'll steal a line from Matt Walsh. What is a woman? With a gender-neutral name like Alex, it's entirely possible that she chooses to identify as Dwayne Wade's son who wants to be his daughter. And don't even get me started with Tucker Carlson's old time slot, where ratings continue their rapid decline. The rotating panel of failures continues to draw between 1.6 and 1.8 million viewers. Disastrous. Fox has lost half their audience, and they're not coming back. And look, Fox News is not doing themselves any favors here. Tucker Carlson has uploaded, I think it's 3 episodes of his new show on Twitter. Now, I think one of the reasons we haven't heard much from Tucker Carlson over the last 2 months is due to his contract with Fox. Last week, Fox News sent a cease and desist letter to Tucker, claiming that he was breaching his contract by uploading new content on Twitter. Now, I'm sure diehard fans of Tucker Carlson appreciated this wonderful gesture from Fox News. You take the guy off the air, and now you're trying to keep him off social media. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I have minimal knowledge on contract law, but I'm incredibly confused here. How can Tucker Carlson breach his contract when he was fired? I don't remember him quitting. Fox News fired his ass. So how in the hell can he breach a contract that no longer exists? If it weren't for the popularity of the 5 in the afternoons, Fox News would be in serious trouble. MSNBC is now battling them for the #1 spot during the day. Now, to be fair, MSNBC has a distinct advantage right now over Fox. Some might say they have an unfair advantage. Ratings at MSNBC have increased because of the indictment of Donald Trump. Orange Man bad! Networks like MSNBC, CNN, they are begging for Donald Trump to be elected. They'll never say that publicly, of course, but their ratings tend to surge when the representative to the orange race is dominating the news cycle. The problem for Fox News and Primetime, they don't seem to have an answer. Who is on their roster that can replace Tucker Carlson? If the answer was there, they would already put them in that time slot. Now, to be honest with you, I don't think the replacement even matters. It's the perception that matters. Millions of people have turned off Fox News because they believe the network bent their knees to woke United Methodist. And once you have been stained with the woke fungus, it is almost impossible to wipe away that stain. All right, before I head out to lunch, I wanted to take a second to extend my gratitude to all of you guys. Month of May, record month here on the channel. Almost 2 million views, hundreds of thousands of likes. I think we had around 20,000 comments. I had someone email me last week. He's been trying to grow his YouTube channel for, I don't know, maybe about a year now. He's doing okay, got around 1,200 subscribers, but he was asking me when my channel was his size, how I was able to grow the channel. Did I advertise? Did I promote myself on social media? No and no. I am not responsible for the growth of this channel. The reason this channel has grown and continues to grow is because you guys share the content. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I have never been a self-promoter. I can't tell you how many times so-called experts have reached out to me, claiming I'm doing myself a disservice by not promoting my own content on social media. And you know what? They're probably right. But the way I see it, it's so much more impactful when the audience shares the content for you. It just feels more organic. I feel like it makes you guys feel more a part of the growth of the channel, which it should because you guys are responsible for the growth of the channel. Every Monday morning, I set aside 10 or 15 minutes to think about how far we've come. I've done this every Monday morning since I quit my job 2 years ago this week. I normally think about all this while I'm taking a shower on Monday mornings because the shower, it's one of the few places where you have no distractions. 2 years ago, this time on Monday mornings was set aside to squash my own fears. Quitting your job is scary, especially when you don't have another job lined up and have no plans to line up another job. You're depending on yourself for the first time. Those guaranteed bi-weekly paychecks, gone. Those YouTube paychecks at the time were around $300 a month. Now, fast forward 2 years later, and that same time is set aside to be grateful for how far we've come in such a short time. 2 years ago, we had 2,000 subscribers. This same day last year, that number was around 25,000. And now it seems like every month is a record month. The channel's on pace for another record month here in June. I get asked all the time, how did you do it? And my response is always the same. I don't know. I have no idea. I just started making videos, found an area that I enjoy talking about, and things just kind of took care of themselves from there. Now, obviously, YouTube has helped me out tremendously. I don't think I could have done this on any other platform, not this fast anyway. But the only reason YouTube pushes my content is because you guys are so active on the channel. I see a lot of the same people commenting on every video. None of this is possible without all the activity you guys provide to the channel. I remember when I started back in 2019. I was still working full-time at the time. One of my good friends, he worked with me too at the same job. We used to dream about working for ourselves. He dreamed about landing 50 clients to cut their grass every 2 weeks. I dreamed about 50,000 subscribers. I figured with 50,000 subscribers, I could make the same money as I was making at my job. But more importantly, have the freedom to do what I wanted to do every day. I used to dread Monday morning. I used to start dreading Monday morning on Friday afternoon. Today, Monday is just another day of the week. Monday might as well be Saturday. Me and that same friend, we quit the company at the same time 2 years ago this week. He's doing just fine. I happen to be one of his clients, and I could not be happier. So Thank you guys. Thank you guys for allowing me to live my dream. All right, heading out to lunch. I will see you guys later this afternoon.